Hello and welcome to this digital access workshop. My name is Jamon Flowers and I will be your guide this evening. But before we get started, I would like for us to do a quick quality check. Could you guys give me a green check if you ran Audio Setup Wizard, can hear me, and can see the red recording dot at the top right-hand corner? Good, good. Thank you. All right. All right, quick to-do list. First, we want to shut the door if we're in a room where we can shut the door. We also want to definitely turn off our cell phones and get rid of all distractions. All right, finally, let's relax. This picture is my attempt to get us out of Ohio and all of the snow. Think of something calm, peaceful, somewhere else you want to be, like this workshop. Okay, today we're talking about digital access, which addresses the availability of technology to all persons. Could you guys give me a thumbs down if you couldn't go more than 24 hours without your cell phone or favorite digital device? Okay. Um, Ben, how much of your life would change if you went an entire day without your cell phone? Could you hit the talk button and respond to that, please?
Oh wow, that'd be really difficult. I use it primarily to text with people. That's my main form of communication. All of my emails, both personal and work, go through that. It's how I read the news. Yeah, pretty much my whole life revolves around starting the day, checking the cell phone, and that's how I end the day. So it'd be a pretty drastic lifestyle change without it.
Lucy, how would your life? How much would your life change if you went an entire day without your cell phone or your favorite device, which whatever it is?
Well, I would die if I didn't get to check in on both of my Crime City accounts, and that takes the iPad and the iPhone. That's what I enjoy doing when I get up in the morning, and then, of course, I have to have it for work and school. So, yeah, it'd be pretty different.
Yeah, see, I agree. I use my cell phone and computer for everything pretty much. But in countries like India, according to a NPR news report, um, more than half of the population is experiencing a digital divide because they're too half more than half of the population is either too poor to buy digital devices, or they live in rural parts of the region where technology can't even reach them. So another thing to think about when we talk about digital access is I think we take technology for granted as a whole. So could you guys imagine using your favorite device without technology? Could you answer that in the check box? Could you imagine using your favorite tech? Could you imagine using your cell phone, or Lucy, could you imagine using your iPad without technology? In the text chat box. Yes or no, could you imagine using your favorite device without technology? Well, you can answer that too, Ben. It's yes or no in the chat box if you can imagine your imagine using your favorite device without technology. Okay. All right, I want to show you guys a quick video of how technology could be, or how our devices would be if we didn't have technology to utilize them. I'm also putting it in the text chat box, so if you want to catch that later to all of my virtual listeners. who aren't here today or here live with us. Hold on one second. If you can't see this, world tour, like I said, I have it in the chat box. You can hit that and just come back out. Wow. Could you guys imagine if we had to use our cell phone with gas, or to make breakfast we had to use some type of gas powered machine to beat our eggs, or something like that? Give me a smiley face if you think that you will be enthused about that, or give me a thumbs down if you're glad that you have access to technology. All right. Where your name at? Where the smiley face at? All right. So the big ideal of this unit is digital devices doesn't mean digital access. According to another NPR news report, um, the National Federation of Blind has taken schools and universities to civil court for contracting with Amazon for purchasing Kindles because the Kindles lack accessibility for the blind and other users with disabilities. So just because a device is cheap, and just because a large majority of people can use a device, doesn't make that device um, accessible for all peoples. And we need to keep that in mind. Another thing to remember is digital access means more than just having a device with access to technology. Would you guys say the lady in this picture has digital access? Yes, type yes or no in the text chat box at the bottom. Thanks. You said great video. Thanks, Ben. In the text chat box, check, type yes or no if you think this lady has digital access. Did you type in the text? Well, I don't see you. And it, yeah, yeah, I don't see yours. Okay, okay. Um, Again, we got to remember the big idea of this unit. Digital devices does not mean digital access. What if this lady had a hard time seeing or even a hard time hearing? Would she still be able to use her digital devices in the same manner that you or I could that doesn't have any physical disabilities or anything like that? What if that person's eyesight was bad or if they couldn't move or hear so well? How does their device or access to the internet help them if they can't see what they're looking for, hear it, or even utilize their device? According to an NPR News report titled Helping Low Income Seniors Build a Social Web Online, there are seniors that don't understand or know the do's and don'ts of the internet. So when we think about digital access, we need to remember that a person needs more than a device. They also need to be able to use that device. That's part of the reason why I appreciate Macintosh devices, because all of Macintosh devices come standard with assistive technology for users with disabilities. And if you check in the text chat box, I've already copied and pasted this URL at the bottom of this slide. Is if you guys want to go and check it out on your own time to see what all Macintosh computers offer as far as accessibility for those with disabilities. Yeah, sometimes you get kicked out. That's okay. All right. For those of you who don't know, on the second floor of the Dunbar Library at Wright State is a place called the Student Technology Assistance Center, or STAC, where current Wright State University students can use either a Mac or a PC to complete their assignments. We also recently opened up an e-learning studio for those students taking online classes, but may not have a computer, headphones, camera, or a microphone to successfully complete and participate in their online course. But the best thing about the stack for YSU students, besides all of the technology being free, is the free assistance that is available. Like I mentioned earlier, simply having a digital device doesn't mean you have digital access unless you can access your material. So for students that come to the stack, you don't just come and plop down at the computer with the same frustrations that you had at home or in the classroom or wherever you was using your digital device or had to use or interact with technology. You have a professional and trained either peer mentor, meaning a student worker, or a trained staff member that sits down with you and gets you started, answers any and all questions you have, and gets you pretty much on your way. All right, before we wrap up, does anybody have any questions about anything I said so far? All right, good. Okay, before we wrap up, I want you guys to go to the breakout room and read and discuss this case study. At the end of this case study is a question that I want you guys to answer and collectively come up with an answer to it. And when you hear the sound of the buzzer, you guys will have 2 minutes. When you hear the sound of the buzzer, I'd like you guys to come back and let's finish this, discuss it, and so that our virtual listeners can get a chance to hear what you guys thought and part of you guys' conversation. So would you please now go to the breakout rooms, please? Ben, yeah, I'm gonna put Ben in there. Go ahead, talk, boy. All right, how was that discussion for you guys? What did you guys come up with? What is the issue and what should happen to the instructor and what should happen to the student? Gotta hit you gotta hit talk. I can't hear you, Lucy.
We just decided that it is the instructor's responsibility to accommodate the student, and the student also needs to contact disability services to make sure they're being accommodated for their disability.
Ben, you have anything to add to that?
No, I totally agree. Yeah, it's just something that, you know, if it's not something they learned in advance or it's something that they missed and didn't, you know, tell students that they have, you know, resources for disabilities, then it's something that after this assignment, then they should factor into consideration and let any other students know too. So it definitely falls on the instructor in this scenario.
Well, I totally agree with you guys. I believe that the instructor should have made all the students aware of disability services. It should have been on the syllabus, on any type of website the students have access to, and I definitely believe it's the blame. If any blame should be placed, it should be placed more so on the instructor. But thank you guys for attending this session. This is my sources right here. I appreciate you guys' time and your attention, and have a great day.